Hi everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. Thanks for joining me today. It's week 6 of Roxy's weekly challenge. For me it's week 6 anyway, so it's Roxy's weekly challenge 2023, hashtag Roxy's weekly challenge. And today we're making a document folder, so I made a prototype one for you. So basically it's just a little wallet that you can make and put some pieces of ephemera paper in. I mean, I've turned those over and you'll see why in a minute, and then it just slips under there like that and closes like that. You can, if you want to, this can be a standalone piece to send as a rack, you know, random act of kindness, or if you're sending some happy mail out to somebody, which is probably the same thing, or if you're swapping with somebody, or it can go into your journal. So you want to think about the size of it if it's going to go into a journal, and the thickness of it really. This one doesn't want to lay too flat. I think it's got a bit thick because these have all had to be sort of folded over a bit. So I'm going to try and aim for shorter pieces actually to go inside. This could actually be tied with some sari or ribbon or something like that. So that's what we're making today. So you'll need some A4 double-sided digitals, or in my case I've taken some double-sided 12 by 12s and I've just cut them down to sort of A4 size, which mine were 11 3/4 inches tall by 8 1/4 inches wide, which is roughly A4. And then you want a selection of book pages, you know, magazine pages, digital scraps, anything really you want to put in, dictionary pages, anything. If you've got some digital invoices and that sort of thing, or even the real thing you want to give out, then you know you can put whatever you want in. So you'll need a selection of papers to go inside. You'll need A4 double-sided. Roxy showed how she had just a single-sided piece and she just glued another page, if it's just, you know, thin enough, glued another page on the inside. So you can do that as well. What else? So you're going to need your bone folder, some brads, maybe some twine or something to, because there are different ways. This is done with brads, but there are different ways that Roxy showed how to tie these documents in. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples of how to do the fixing of the documents. And I've rounded the corners of mine, decorated the front. It's up to you. You might have lovely paper, you don't want to decorate the front, it's entirely up to you. Okay, so let's go. So I'm going to put this to one side. Okay, so these are my 4x4s that I've cut down. Some of them are double-sided, they're all double-sided, and some of them are thinner than others. You don't want paper too thick. That's probably about the thickness, I'm not sure. I think these are probably about 120 GSM. So these are the pages I'm going to use. So let's see, I think I'll have that on the inside. So all I'm going to do is fold the bottom up about that much on each one to start with. Oh, I think I'll have this side. I'm just looking, this is directional because it's a crossword puzzle on the inside. I'm not measuring them. You don't have to, so it's entirely up to you what you want to do with them. how big you want to make your flaps. Let's have that inside. I think it's very busy, that paper, isn't it? I hope you can see what I'm doing. So I've just folded up the bottoms. So this is where now I'm going to gather some papers together to go in them. So I've got some book pages. So we've got 4 here. So let's sort out some book pages. Let's see, some of these are quite big, so I've got my pile over to the side of me, so I don't want anything too big to go in mine. Just check this page whether it's actually going to be, it's a bit too big, too wide really. It doesn't matter about the height, it's the width really that you need to worry about. Let's see, I've got some music paper. I'm just going to pop the ones that are too big down, and I've also got some scraps of digital papers. So that one, book page, there's another book page, there's just some writing paper, there's 2 there, so let me just tear that one down. Else I've got some roses, book page, so I'll make them into piles in a moment. So I've got some scraps of some 4x4s, which are always nice to use. And there's a nice scrap there. Let's see what else we've got here in this pile. Got a couple of those pieces. We've got some note paper here, which I'm leaving it white because whoever has this can dye it if they so wish. Piece of that. Oh, that's a bit thick actually. We won't use that. Okay, I think that's enough of those. And I've got some vellum. That's very nice. Got dragonflies on. That's got some script on it. Chinese, I think. Some more music paper and some maps. There's another piece of note paper there. Things to remember, it says. What else have we got? I'm just gathering a pile together. So I've got some 8x8s actually. I did scrapbook paper, so they're quite nice to give out. Some different ones there. So we'll go through and let's see, what's this? This is nice. This is probably big enough to just tear that in half. I get most of my rulers out by the time I've finished. I've got this nice map paper here. Don't know if I can gently tear it. I think I might now tear that in half actually. Although if I fold it in half, that could be quite a nice sort of journal size piece if somebody wanted to use it as a page in a signature. Right, so let's have a look. So we're going to put in, Roxy put in, I think she put in 5 pieces. So I think we'll make piles. So make that one, and that one, and that one. So that's 3 things. And go with that. Have some music paper. So that's 2 piles. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that's kind of a double. We'll just put a piece of that in and that. So that's 2. Now, what else have we got? So let's see. Make a third pile now, and I'll just have that in my hand for a minute. Put that in. That's quite nice. I've got some more vellum here. Did we put any vellum in? No, just put a piece of vellum in. It's nice to get vellum, I think. Oh, and there's some nice grid paper here. So that's a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we'll leave that one out. It's kind of, yeah, going for sort of 6-ish. Okay, so that's another one there. It's a nice lined paper. Some book page. And some nice book page there. Some floral kind of book page. And we'll have a tall music paper. This is nice. Somebody can make nice use of that, I think. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. So that'd be it really, I think. Maybe we'll just give them a piece of vellum to round that off. Okay, so we've got our 4 piles. Yep, so that's okay. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to put, because I've got such limited space, I'm just going to put the 4 piles to one side, those 3, and we'll concentrate on this one. Now, is this kind of, do I think this is the right one? This one, yep, that looks all right. So I am now going to kind of put them in some sort of order in the middle. If you kind of put them into this sort of order like Roxy did, Rachel did. I'm sorry, Rachel, I'm always calling you Roxy. So we'll put that in there like that. Okay. And then that just slots in there like that. And then keep them together. Rachel had a very good tip of using a clip to clip them. And then you're taking your hole punch, whatever you've got to use. I've got a crocodile. I've got a small and a large hole. So I think we'll use brads for this one. So in that case, I want a small hole. And all I'm doing is I'm just going to keep it so that it's fairly central to the narrowest piece, like this piece of note paper, and try and line it up like so. And then get your brads out. This is all I have brad wise. I don't have any really oldie worldy antique looking ones. I'm going to use the small brads, so I've got various colours. That was just the head of one that I just put in the bin, and my bin is just to the right of me, and it's just an old biscuit tin that fits on the edge of my, so I'm going to use those. All the small ones automatically go down to the bottom, so I've got those 2 out. I don't want you can go back. So now I am going to thread these through, so keeping the clip on so everything is, hopefully these are not going to be too small for this. Just check, no, that's fine. So I'm just going to open that one out because that helps to secure the others. And this is where I find this is very fiddly. I don't know why, but I do. And I often push it down under my nail, which is very painful. So take your clip off. So now you have it all ready. And then you're just going to fold this bottom up. I don't know. I'm not going to make them too wide. So if I fold this up here, like so. Okay, that's kind of the width. And then this one I'm folding down like so. Okay. And then I need my bone folder, which is over here. I'm just going to crease that there. And that one. And I hope that that stays, so we can tie that. So that's that one. Now we can decorate this if you want, but we'll look at that after. So that's one. Okay, let's do this one now. So I'm just going to use the bone folder down there. Okay, so we'll get the next lot of papers. I think this one's quite nice. Put that one there. And that can go there. So I'm kind of trying to keep them together and kind of centralising them if I can. Not very easy with some of this old paper. Okay, so right, I think that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to pop it down into the bottom crease like so, as central as I can. And I'm going to clip that again, like so. This time, I think we may use some string for this one, so we will pop a big hole in this one. Like so. Confetti, I have confetti all over my desk. So this one, I've got some string here. Let's have a look. Is it all tangled? Hopefully not. It's just garden twine, string, whatever you like to call it. And I'm going to thread it through there, and I'm going to thread this side through here, like so. And then I'm just going to leave enough to tie it up. And I think I'll just tie mine into a sort of a bow if it will go. I'm the world's worst bow tire, I think. The tire of bows. I need training. So got that one. So that's all nice. Oh. Oh my giddy aunt, look. I've tied it round there now. Right, take the clip off, Susan. For goodness sake, what are you doing? It's a good job I don't profess to be doing a tutorial, isn't it? I never do say that because I don't say that I'm an expert, but I like that. Okay, right. Very limited space, so I'm folding that about there, I think. Okay, and then I'm folding that down, not quite so far as the last one, I think. That's lovely. I love that paper. Very nice. So, giving that a bone fold like so. And well, let me put those to, I don't know why I had those out on the desk like that, but I could have just put them to one side for a second. Right, so there we have that one. Now, I suppose you could have tied the bow on the front, actually. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? Well, I'm not going to change it now. I could change it off camera, I guess. Okay. These first two probably will need a bit of something tied around them. That's two, anyway. Two that are cumbersome now. Don't want to. Right, let's go to this one. And I do like this paper. Okay, let's look now what we're going to put into this one. So, I think this would be a nice bundle. Okay, so let's get it into some sort of order. Very nice little note papers. Quite like that paper too. If you hear Paddy Dog, he thinks he can hear somebody outside, so he's going to start rumbling, I call it. He likes rumbling. We keep teasing him because when we had cats, God rest their souls, they're gone now, but when we... Oh, I've got too many pieces here. Put that one in. When our cats were alive, we had our cats before we had him as a puppy, and we tease him because we think that he thinks he's a cat sometimes because he washes himself like a cat does. You know, where they lick their paw and then they lick round their face. That's what he does. That's going to be very narrow, this one. I think we can't really, in all fairness, use that. So let's use this here. Put that in behind there, I think. Let's get that bang down to make sure everything is in. Okay, so this one we'll use some, I've got some blue twine, so we could use that. I'm just making big holes in this one. Okay, more confetti. I'm sure there's a crafter out there who probably will use those bits. Oh, clip. Don't forget the clip. Helps keep everything in place. Right, here's some twine I had in my stash. But it's not twine actually, it's raffia. It's a nice blue raffia, and I thought the blue would look lovely. So Paddy's moaning now. Did you hear him? He went, he thinks I'm making too much noise, which, well, Paddy, I never asked you to lay out on the landing just because you can't bear to be away from me for 5 minutes in case you're missing something. I didn't ask you, so I can make as much noise as I want, actually, because you're not the boss of the house. So bossy. I'm just going to cut that off there. And let's see if this works today. Okay, let's make sure. Let's take the clip off. Learn from your mistakes, Susan. Okay. So, I hope I'm still in shot. I love these. I never knew you could make, I never, you know, thought about ever making these, never seen them made before at all. So thank you, Rachel, because I am very happy to make these. I think they're absolutely great. I really do. Right. I don't know why. I think my 12 by 12 paper is slightly thicker than a double-sided digital, so, you know, printed off. I don't have an awful lot of digitals now that I haven't used in my stash. I tend to print when I need something, you know, so I like that. That's very nice, even if I do say so myself. Okay, that's number 3. Didn't put a timer on today, so no idea how long I'm taking. I'm trying to be as quick as I possibly can, so we don't want that one. Let's substitute it. Let's see what we've got here. Let's put this in. This is nice, isn't it? Okay, so we'll put those in, and that, and that. Actually, I might have that on top. And then we've got a nice book page there, and some vellum there. Okay, so I just want to get these. So I put an average of 6 in. It's you might want to put more in, some you might want to put less in. It really depends on what you're putting in, I think, and the thickness of the paper, etc., and how much they need to be folded up. Okay, so I've got those in position, and it's just a nice little extra piece. If you're making them for a journal, then the pieces you're going to put in, I would say, would be pieces that you'd actually, the person who's, you know, buying the journal or being gifted it can actually then add in themselves. So you kind of want things that are going to go along with the theme of your journal. That's I think the idea behind it. If you're sending a, you know, random happy mail, random act of kindness, then you can, let's see, what shall I use on this one? I've got some, should we not, no, let's use another brad, I think. Let's use the bigger brad this time. So got some blue ones, they're quite nice. No, we don't want blue. Oh, I like these coppery ones, they're pretty. Okay, we'll use those. Yes, what was I saying? Yes, so you can think, obviously you'd think a bit more about what you're putting in, because it'd be things that would go with the theme of your journal if you're adding it in as an extra piece to go with a journal, which is a lovely idea, I think. Take that off. Right, this one is long, so I'm going to just fold that over like so, and then we're going to fold this end up. It says this end up on this paper. Like so, and then this one is coming across like that. Now your flap can be that far over, or it can be that far over. It's up to you, really. I think I've made these right. I hope I have. I've watched Rachel's video twice now, as I made notes, as I always do, because I like to keep them for future reference. And yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we could decorate this so that when you open the flap you've got some decoration on it. Or we could just decorate this side. Let's think now, let's get them all back. Okay, so we have 4 here, 2 with brads, different size brads, and 2 that are tied up. Now that one I will tie, let me just do that now. Let's put the clip back on and hope that we can do this. So I want to go through that way and that way. My ends are a bit frayed, and then making sure that I'm not tangled up. Take my clip off. And make the worst bow man has ever seen. Okay, right, that's, we've got 4 now. 4, so we could think about decorating. I'll just decorate 2, so let's take that one and ooh, just do these 2 first of all. See, we don't know how long we've been, because obviously, so you know, we could put a little cheerful face on there. That would be nice. Well, let's see, what else have we got? Got a nice flower. I think that goes with the greenery. This one, I mean, I love this. Maybe, no, I don't think, no, that's not going to work. Okay, I just got some bits on my desk. I'm just rifling through, so we could sort of put, I don't know, label on maybe there. Maybe a label on kind of that side, like so, and a flower here would be quite nice. Might have to make this smaller somehow, narrower I should say. I think we're going to have to trim that. Actually, that's okay now. Right, I think I'm going to put that on. So that's going to use up this beacon 3-in-1 that's really right at the end now. But the minute you leave it upside down, or even stand it up without a lid on, it will start coming out like a volcano eruption. But when you want to use it, like now, it acts as though there's nothing left in it. I've still got a stiff shoulder and top of my arm. I think it's muscular, because if I take, you know, painkillers like, I don't know, Panadol or something like that, Nurofen, that sort of thing, then it does ease up quite a bit. So I'm pretty sure it's a muscular thing. So I'm going to put that there like that. Like so, and then I'm going to just tear this in half-ish. And I'm going to put that up there. for that, I will use my new glue book. Right, where's my glue stick? New glue book, new glue stick, which is much better than the old glue stick. So I'm going to pop that like that, and now do I want anything else on there? Let me think. Do I want a number maybe up here? Let's see if we've got one that's not too big. Let's have a look. What have we got? Quite nice. I really need to print and fussy cut these labels again. I really do, because I'd like a green one actually, but I think I've used them all up. And when I get 5 minutes, which is a laugh actually, I would like to make myself a folder to put them in, you know, these labels, so I'm not scurrying around in here all the time. That's quite nice, that inspiration. That'd be quite nice there. Actually, I might just put that on and keep it simple so that whoever, you know, has it can actually just going to go around that so that it stands out. I haven't inked around anything else, so quite like that. So I think that's going to just go on like that actually. It's telling me it's empty. I'm just going to squeeze the very last drop out. So let's just pop that there, because it might give whoever has it some inspiration. So there's one. And then with this one, let's see, what have we got? Some stamps. We could put a long line of those down with birds on. Those are nice. I might do that actually. Let's get my pinking shears out. Do you know, Rachel at Roxy's Creations, I'm fascinated with her cutting, because I can see that she's left-handed, and I'm fascinated to see it, and she cuts so perfectly, you know. I just wish I had those skills. I'm going to put that there, and I'm not going to ink round it. So see, I'm already using the other side of the book. Right, move you out of the way. And I don't want you to see my head. Not a pretty sight. I have brushed my hair today, but oh, I like that. Okay, and then something maybe down here. Let's see, what else have we got in this little rummagey pile? Stamp, but a bit too much, I think, now. Have I got any other labels? I'm in a bit of a pickle now. Messy, messy, messy. Too much. Got some roses. Tim Holtz roses. Don't know if I like that or not. Don't want to go overboard really, because, you know, if you're sending it to somebody, she says, as she gets an even taller rose out. I mean, just a nice piece of lace down there would be quite nice, actually. Have I got any lace handy in my... I'm just looking in my basket. If only you could see what a sight it would be. There is some. Let's have a look, see how wide this is. Well, it's quite wide, but that might be quite nice, just simple. Let's put some of that on. Put that away in a minute, I promise. I have had to tidy up. Just put no scissors back now. Oh, I better put the lid on this because my last one, the last bit of it was solid. Oh, I don't know why. Okay, so we need to glue this on with something. Have I got enough left in this, I wonder? Or do we need to open a new one? So quite nice to have it there. I think I need to open a new one, actually. There is a tiny bit there, but it's going to take a month of Sundays to come out. Oh, actually, I've got a new art glitter. This one does. I haven't put a lid on it. You know, a small spout. Oh, let's see. But it's, yes, would help if you got that out. Now we try again. So I don't think I'll have it over the edge. Kind of have it. Oh dear, that's come out very, very thick indeed. I'm not even pressing it. Okay, we might have to wipe that. Is there a right or a wrong way? Do I like that side or... Gosh, that came out like I don't know what. Good job, it does dry up clear and it does stick lace and things down. So, okay, let's trim that off. Scrap bin. Okay, so I like that. I don't think I've got a word. I have got some white Tim Holtz sticky word. Let's see what I've got here. We have a word somewhere. I see I probably used fly. Just quickly look. About memories will be quite nice. And I think this is quite sticky enough, so I may just shorten it widthwise. And put that there, like so. So there you have them. Okay, so I won't do the other two. I'll do them off camera and I'll put the picture up at the end. But there they are. These are the document folders from Roxy's Weekly Challenge 2023, Week 6 document folders. And there we have them. I think that's a lovely idea. I really do. Bring them down a bit. And I hope you enjoyed that. So I will link Roxy's YouTube video for this down below. Sure you'll find, you know, that very inspiring. Okay, take care everyone. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.